This is the TV series analysis for Sociology 101. In the show Lucifer, we have the devil, who goes on a journey of transformation and self-discovery. He learns how to make new relationships and, most importantly, maintain them. He finds out who he really is with the help of Chloe Decker, Linda Martin, and his angel brother, Menadil and Mazikeen. Lucifer finds out what it truly means to be loved. The first episode is set in Los Angeles, and Lucifer is a posh man with a good sense of style and absolutely no sense of empathy. He acts like he owns the town. He is seductive and manipulative and does everything for himself. Pleasure is his main goal. He finds himself in a very precarious position when he witnesses a drive-by murder, and this is when we first see Lucifer's superpowers, with one of the questions being, what do you truly desire? And this is the main theme of the show, finding out what everyone desires. He is introduced to Chloe Decker, the head detective of the LAPD, and she asks him questions, and she thinks he's more insane than anything. But she does notice that he has a superpower of what you truly desire, and she keeps him on as he works for the LAPD with her as a partner. As time continues on, Lucifer begins to find out parts of himself that he didn't know about with the help of Linda Martin, his psychologist. And he finds things that he doesn't like about himself. He knows that he is the devil, but he truly believes that he is not lovable and does not need to be loved because he has everything he needs. You know, he has women, drugs, sex, alcohol, his penthouse in the heart of LA. But he needs nothing from anyone. But this is when he gets confused about how he feels about Chloe. He questions himself, and he doesn't understand what the feeling of love could actually be. As he continues to work for the LAPD, he begins to have more feelings for Chloe in this instance. As we continue on, we see that Chloe really wants Lucifer to be vulnerable in this point. She wants him to be who he really is, although she doesn't know who he really is in this point because she doesn't believe that he is the devil. But in this point, she wants him to be vulnerable. And then he finally decides to be vulnerable at this point, and she's shocked that he actually is, in fact, the devil. And she has to take time to process everything. But the beautiful thing is that she comes back because she knows who he truly is on the inside, even though he believes that he is disgusting and gross on the outside. This is a representation of how he feels on the inside. About himself, he feels that he is disgusting and gross and ugly, and that he is not worthy of love at this point. But we can see a change as he starts to be vulnerable with Chloe. But Chloe stands by her wanting him to be vulnerable, and she doesn't see the man on the outside, but she sees the man on the inside who needs to be loved in this point. And she stands by that. And so we see a lot of growth in both Chloe and Lucifer. The change process escalates until it hits the pinnacle where Lucifer is at his most vulnerable. He learns that he is loved not just by Chloe, but by all the other people on the show. Lucifer is a dark and broken man, but in the light that was shed on him by Chloe, he is able to see his true nature. Sometimes we personally can be scared to be vulnerable because we are afraid, as Lucifer, that we might see something we don't like about ourselves. But light is not always bad, as it can show the good parts of a person and help us to change into better people and learn to be loved. So that is the most important thing in this program and in the show, that we see that the most ugly, gross man can actually in turn be loved. And that can really change who we are internally and externally, and how we treat other people, and how we are in society, and how we view ourselves and other people. So that is it.